Alright, so we're on part 4, and I think I'm just calling this getting started. The way you get to this screen is you open up your web browser, go to the URL with the IP address of the machine that you have GrayLog server running on, and then you're probably going to connect to port 9000. They say if using a VM appliance, log in using admin. This will be for both the username and password. If using either container or OS version of GrayLog, log in as admin and use the password from which you derive the password secret when installing GrayLog. Okay, so logging in will get you to a getting started screen, but if you're reading this, you've already found the getting started guide, so just keep going. Also feel free to dismiss the guide or keep it for later. So now let's explore GrayLog. Once messages are being received, you may want to poke around and explore a bit. There are several pages available, though not all pages may be visible to all users, depending on individual permissions. The following is a brief description of each page's purpose and function. So the first page is streams. Streams are a core feature of GrayLog and may be thought of as a form of tagging for incoming messages. Alright, so I think that's nice and simple. What are streams? A form of tagging incoming messages. Streams are a mechanism used to route messages into categories in real time. Stream rules instruct GrayLog from which messages to route into which streams. So I wrote, what are they good for? And we know it's categorizing. I wonder if it'd be appropriate to say essentially that the word stream is like the word category, because they say here that you're sending messages to certain streams. Streams have many uses. First, they are used to route data for storage into an index. So that makes me ask the question, where are messages routed? And I wonder in this context, are we saying a message is the same as a log? Well, either way, they say that the messages are routed to an index for storage. They are also used to control access to data, route messages for parsing, enrichment, or other modification, and determine which messages will be archived. So I'm going to suggest an edit here because they use the word or, and then they use the word and. That's a no-no in the world of grammar, or at least it should improve the readability of this document. Well, they go on to say streams may be used in conjunction with alerts to notify users or otherwise respond when a message meets a set of conditions. Messages may belong to one or to multiple streams. For additional detail, please see streams. Alright, so now we're going down to searches. The GrayLog search page is the interface used to search logs directly. GrayLog uses a simplified syntax very similar to Lucene. Relative or absolute time ranges are configurable from drop-down menus. Searches may be saved or visualized as dashboard widgets that may be added directly to dashboards from within the search screen. Users may configure their own views and may choose to see either summary or complete data from event messages. So no notes on that section because searches is pretty straightforward. Dashboards are cool. They are visualizations or summaries of information contained in log events. Each dashboard is populated by one or more widgets. Widgets visualize or summarize event log data with data derived from field values such as counts, averages, or totals. Trend indicators, charts, graphs, and maps are easily created to visualize the data. So maybe it's worth your time to take note of examples of field values. We could do counts, averages, totals, typical logging stuff, or the way, or a way to look at typical logs. Dashboard widgets and dashboard layouts are configurable. Dashboard access is controlled via GrayLog's role-based access control. Dashboards may be imported and exported via content packs. You can find that at the GrayLog marketplace. There's a lot of different ones to choose from. Now, alerts are composed of two related elements, alert conditions and alert notifications. Alert conditions are tied to streams and may be based on the content of a field, the aggregated value of a field, or message count thresholds. An alert notification triggers when a condition is met, typically sending an email or HTTP callback to an analyst or another system. So I bet you can use this to get a text message sent to your phone if you wanted to. Additional output types may also be created via plugins. Alerts may be imported and exported via content packs. The system page, never mind, the overview page. I guess it's under another heading called system. Well, the overview page displays information relating to the administration of the GrayLog instance. It contains information on system notifications, system job status, ingestion rates, Elasticsearch cluster health, indexer failures, time configuration, and the system event messages. Then there's a configuration page. This allows users to set up options or variables related to searches, message processors, and plugins. The nodes page contains summary status information for each GrayLog node. Detailed health information and metrics are available from buttons displayed on this page. Okay, so took a quick note on that. Inputs, usually the first thing configured after initial system setup. Inputs are used to tell GrayLog on which port to listen or how to go and retrieve event logs. The inputs page allows users to create and configure new inputs, to manage extractors, to start and stop inputs, get metrics for each input, and to add static fields to incoming messages. Outputs are used to define methods of forwarding data to remote systems, including port, protocol, and any other required information. Out of the box, GrayLog supports standard out and GELF outputs, but users may write their own, and more are available in the GrayLog marketplace. The authentication page is used to configure GrayLog's authentication providers and manage the active users of this GrayLog cluster. GrayLog supports LDAP or Active Directory for both authentication and authorization. Okay, and then we're on content packs. So those accelerate the setup process for a specific data source. A content pack can include inputs, extractors, streams, dashboards, alerts, and pipeline processors. So they could be big or small. Any program element created within GrayLog may be exported as content packs for use on other systems. I wonder how you export that. These may be kept private by the author for use in quick deployment of new nodes internally, or may be shared with the community via the GrayLog marketplace. For example, users may create custom inputs, streams, dashboards, and alerts to support a security use case. These elements may be exported in a content pack and then imported on a newly installed GrayLog instance to save configuration time and effort. Users may download content packs created and shared by other users via the GrayLog marketplace. User-created content packs are not supported by GrayLog, just their authors. So here's a list of elements that you could put in a content pack. GrayLog created a sidecar agent to manage fleets of log shippers like Beats or NXLog. I use NXLog. These log shippers are used to collect OS logs from Linux and Windows servers. Log shippers are often the simplest way to read logs written locally to a flat file and send them to a centralized log management solution. GrayLog supports management of any log shipper as a backend. So we could read more about that in the GrayLog sidecar. That's probably a video coming soon. For pipelines, processing pipelines are a powerful feature that enables users to run a rule or a series of rules against a specific type of event. Tied to streams, pipelines allow for routing, blacklisting, modifying, and enriching messages as they flow through GrayLog. Okay, so rapid fire, I took a lot of notes on just those few sentences. What does a processing pipeline allow? Well, we can run rules against specific events. Where are the pipelines tied to? Streams. And then to give a couple examples of pipeline actions, they said routing, blacklisting, or modifying messages. So this whole pipelining concept does tie into the whole processing concept, where you take something and you're going to change it a little, and then it's going to output somewhere. And they say as much in their last sentence. Basically, if you want to parse, change, convert, add to, delete from, or drop a message, pipelines are the place to do it. So that's it in this video. Next, we'll talk about collecting messages.